It all goes back 3 years ago. I was still a student at university, stuck in a never-ending loop of work, always dreaming about adventures. All I can remember is taking a 5-minute break from my work, opening YouTube and discovering the videos of a guy named Hugo who found himself stuck on an island in the Philippines during the pandemic. And so I became obsessed with this destination. 3 years later, Hugo has become a close friend with whom I shared this dream of one day exploring the Philippines together. And out of nowhere, he sent me this message.
Hey Tom, how are you? Well, I was wondering, I'm planning to get back to Siargao next February, and I wanted to know, would you like to join? I know it's a bit crazy to say it like that, but I just miss the place so much, so if you want to come with me, just let me know, and I think we can have a super nice adventure together. Alright, see you, man.
And did I let go of everything to join him in the unknown? Absolutely.
C'est le grand départ, direction Siargao. Putain, j'ai tellement hâte. On perd pas une seconde, on y va. Allez, go.
Here you can really see how exhausted we are, because we've been traveling for over 40 hours and hardly sleeping. But the best is yet to come, because we are now heading to our final destination. First week on the island was very simple, staying in the hostel to get some rest and find a good routine. And honestly, we had plenty of time, because we arrived at the best time of the year, right at the end of the rainy season.
How is the weather, Mika?
It's fantastic, look at it, 3 showers.
But taking that break felt really good. It allowed us to relax, meet new people, and most importantly, find a new accommodation for the rest of the trip. And now that the sun is back, it's finally time to get out there and discover the island. My first time out of Europe, and it's fair to say that I'm blown away. Between the sunsets, the dreamy beaches, palm tree forests, and above all, a true sense of freedom. I could go on for hours, showing you cliché stuff with blue-ass water, pretending that we have the best lifestyle with dreamy landscapes. But let's be honest for a second, as I want this film to show you the reality and even the darkest moments that makes up the reality of the journey. One thing's for sure, I really underestimated homesickness when I arrived here. After a few weeks, I started questioning this whole trip as I still had no landmarks or a specific routine. The cultural shock is real and strong enough to plunge me into stress, doubts, a true downward spiral that gradually put my mental state at its lowest. And that's a new challenge, which will require an extra effort for me to adapt here. So I started working out, not intensively but enough times per week to start noticing improvements in my mental well-being and lifestyle. Honestly, you should try too, because it's been an absolute game changer. But I needed more goals to achieve so that this trip wouldn't be just a regular adventure, but one that would be able to change me in the long term. And what better way to start by overcoming my fear of the ocean by taking some lessons from Hugo on a really famous sport here, surfing.
J'ai jamais fait ça de ma vie. This guy is gonna tell me how to surf.
Alright, that was quick, but I'm the worst surfer on this planet. And I had quite a few scares that stressed me out even more, which wasn't helping.
C'est frustrant les gars, vous avez pas idée à quel point.
And that's when I met Jen, one of Hugo's friends who lives in Siargao and who was a freediving instructor. And after a theoretical lesson on this practice and some advices from our friends, we took the boat out to sea, found a good spot, and just like the others, I dove in. Just realizing how beautiful the underwater world is erased all my fears. And after 3 weeks here, I finally conquered my fear of the ocean.
There is few things that I like the most. There is not only one thing.
I would say that the first thing is surfing, of course, because the waves here are amazing, the water is crystal clear, and like you can always find a spot to surf every day. And the second thing is the people. In Siargao you meet amazing people. Like honestly, you meet awesome person that are really gonna help you to, like grow personally. If you're sad, someone is gonna help you. If you're happy, someone is gonna be happy with you. There is always very nice people around you, and you feel actually surrounded by a lot of love here. So
just don't overthink it. I think that's like it's really cheesy and it's so cliche, but it's just don't overthink it. Like just go against it, because with that fear of, like, let's say the water or like any other fear, like just maybe to bungee jump, your brain is basically telling you that just don't go for it. It's like too dangerous. Maybe you're gonna die. Maybe you're gonna drown. But if it's a maybe, like, what could be the outcome, Maybe you're just gonna love it so much. And that's how I felt, like, I just love it so much. And, like, sometimes a maybe is just a go for it. It's a signal to just go for it.
Hi guys, I'm Tom. Are you guys down to go on a boat trip?
Anong sinasabi nito? Ewan ko. Problema niya.
Is it a yes or a no?
The bus is back. Yes!
There's always that moment in a trip where you build a big group of friends and everything starts to go crazy. And I think we're finally entering that magical phase where we enjoy every day together and, most importantly, planning our next adventure. And speaking about that, we already have an idea. Let me explain. There are a few islands near Siargao that we can visit by taking part into an island hopping tour, a very touristy activity that involves visiting 2 to 3 islands in half a day. However, besides being quite expensive, it has some constraints. Lots of people and limited time on each island. So, with the precious help of Isa, we simply organize our own island hopping in 3 steps.
she organized every single thing.
First step, go to the local market in a tuk-tuk. Always make sure to have style.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now.
You're literally planning everything.
Secondly, rent a boat. But most importantly, cook all the food that we bought for our expedition.
This is chicken and potato.
And finally, all you need now is to gather everyone and set sail.
Yes, he brought the beers.
Matt is starting to eat now.
Next stop, Corregidor Island.
Something is going to happen to me that I don't know what it's going to be. And you would dig that and come out of that and say, wow, that was a close shave, wasn't it? Then you would get more and more adventurous, and you would make further and further out gambles as to what you would dream. And finally, you would dream where you are now.
The reason I'm in Siargao is because I like the overall vibe of the island. I've learned a lot about myself when the first time I went here. And it's like I've met a lot of people, learned from different people. And after learning from them, I learn about myself. I develop myself and I grow. I mean, it's not just fun, it's really growth. Siargao is a place for growth.
Hey guys, what if we head to the north of the island since you haven't seen it yet? There's no one there, beautiful landscapes, and I think it would be a crazy adventure for this weekend. What do you think?
You guys are renting dirt bikes.
I'm not really confident to be honest because I don't really drive that kind of motorbike, so it's gonna be tricky but it's gonna be fun for sure.
Ready for tomorrow?
I'm ready. So we took these motorbikes to go to the north of the island. We're gonna hit the road, it's gonna be amazing.
We have a flat tire already.
Okay, the name of this chicken is adobo.
Part of the adventure, baby. Let's send it!
No city within a 50 kilometers radius, no internet connection. Alone, in the vast landscapes of the northern part of the island, where capitalism has yet to set foot and where we totally lost our relation to time. This allowed all of us to disconnect and put words on everything we've experienced so far. And after spending 48 hours here, it's time for us to come back to civilization in the south of the island. But not for long, because we are all back on the boat together for another sunset mission. And let me tell you, we'll remember this one forever.
I got this feeling, I wanna be where you are. I wanna be where you are. I wanna be where you are.
Insane sunset. Look at that, bro. That's
Honestly, yeah. Crazy.
I've been here for 1.5 months in the remote part of the Philippines, and my flight back to the real world was supposed to be this morning. And not going to the airport was fully intentional. In reality, I still have 1.5 weeks left on my 2-month visa for the Philippines. So yeah, rather than leaving with regrets, I decided to stay until the end with the others and ensure that these last hours here are the most intense of this whole adventure. And with that being said, we are heading back to the north of the island, but this time to finish the bucket list.
Bye-bye, motherfucker!
Okay, so I have a question for you. Do you feel alive? The first answer is usually simple yes or no. But you know, behind that simple answer always lies deeper reason.
Jesus! Try not to smash my balls again.
Whatever the reason may be for you. Being able to breathe or move your body, or just realizing that you're living your dream. These answers have led to hours-long discussions, eye-opening discoveries, and a lot of self-reflection for each and every one of us.
Here we go!
But most importantly, it brings smiles to people's faces when they realize they are alive. And that is always my favorite part of asking this question. The realization that even if nothing is perfect, one thing can't be taken from you. Feeling alive.
Just
dropped the drone in the water, and this local guy, just there, found it. Yeah, the thing is, he just crashed the drone for the very last day. That's So, do you think, at least do you think you can save the files, like the SD card?
Oh, I hope so. I really hope so.
So guys, if you're watching this video and you've seen beautiful footages from that place, that means that we saved the SD card.
Yeah, I hope so. Honestly.
Fuck.
We've never felt so alive as we did in the past weeks, and I never want that to change. Because what's the point of living if you don't feel alive?
The thing I learned here is like what a fisherman said to us. If you're shy, you die. Just live free, stop being shy. You have to talk to everybody, like everybody here is friendly. It's not like in Europe or in everywhere. Like you can literally do everything with everybody. Here, they don't care about anything. They just want to live. They don't live individually. They are not shy. Because here, if you're shy, you die.
So yeah, now you know everything. And now we're here, under those palm trees at sunrise, about to get into my plane, and here are some things that I recently thought about before leaving this place. After this whole experience, I truly feel that the Philippines are not just cliché Instagram-worthy places full of palm trees and blue as water, but a place that will truly redefine your entire personality and your perspective of life, like it did for all of us. And I think it just depends on how you decide to see it. My recent journey across Europe was one of a kind, for sure, but honestly it's fair to say that Siargao was the place that got me the most out of my comfort zone. From a first time out of Europe, fighting my anxiety, fears and doubts, meeting strangers 24/7, it's fair to say that I've never felt so alive in my entire life. Oh, and before I leave you, because I was talking about the fears and doubts, I guess you just have to fall in love with them.
I'll be at your table. Yeah, I'll be sitting next to you. And when the world ain't righteous, it's raining Cain and Abel's, I'll be trying to dance with you. Everyone, they say that this don't work, but I could swear this is